Hey guys, I know most of you will be watching this after the fact, but I thought I would go live and do this removal. And I'm very much aware that it is much easier to go the other direction with your phone. However, when I tried to change it, it told me that it's locked. So we are locked onto this way. Now, I've already started before I got the idea to go live. I also took and clipped these down while I was waiting to start because my dad came to visit. So while I was chatting with him, I did take the clippers and clip these down. So I'm going to glove the other hand just for the sake of you not looking at my tore up cuticles. Because all of a sudden I have started picking again, which I hadn't done for ages. So not sure what's going on there. Rotate the phone a little bit. There we go. All right, so the first thing I'm going to show you is I'm using my Erica's MT20 from AR Nail Supply. It's a little dusty because, again, I already started. And I have this 5-in-1 bit that is from where? I'll get back to you on that. If you really want to know where this bit is from, drop a comment and I can do a little bit of research because I honestly cannot remember. Okay, I'm going to shut my door so nobody has to listen to me seemingly talk to myself. I think sometimes people wonder what I'm doing in here. All right, so this drill bit, I am gonna try to talk and use this, and I really hope that it's not too distracting, that you can still hear me. This drill bit is aggressive, so I am being super careful. It is more aggressive in the back than it is in the front because it's one of the 5-in-1. So I'm going to, for the most part, stay away from the back when I'm doing anywhere that's going to maybe catch or catch and flip like drill bits sometimes do. And I find especially when I'm using it on myself, I am of course more aggressive. So sometimes I get a little bit of heat. So I'm going to put Gel X on. And to be honest, it's not for any other reason than I enjoy it. And if I want to fill it, I can. Otherwise, I just cut them down, soak them off for a few minutes, and then they're gone. And it is so much simpler for me on myself. So much. I really enjoy wearing the Gel X, and I really enjoy that the shape is already there. I don't have to worry about the shape on myself. So I am thinning down the nail, because one thing that I feel like we don't talk about very much is removal. So I have basically filed the nail like you would if you were doing a fill. Now I am shortening, thinning, and shortening. Now I will do the rest of this with a hand file, same as the pinky. And there you go with a catch. I will do the rest of this with a hand file. I don't love to hand file a lot, so therefore, a lot of times I will come through and do what I'm doing, and then I'll come back through and kind of do it again, just to let it have a little rest before I come back on it. So removing the color. The color is Baby Turtle from Glitterbels, and it can be purchased at the Nail Throne. And if you want to use code Liquid Chrome, it'll get you 10% off, so that's fun. So you can kind of see, trying to get out of the way of my own way of my Aircon mount. You can see the residual kind of thickness of what was on there. That to me was a decent sized nail because right there was my apex, or close to the apex. These had grown out, you can see My cuticles need pushback. They've actually grown out further than this. This one was crooked, as it always does. Always grows crooked. Always has grown crooked. So I am using my Archon mount with my phone. Now, oftentimes I actually use the liquid chrome practice hand holder to do my lives, because the holder is just amazing and it sticks so well and it will hold my phone. But today I thought I wanted something that was more kind of, no, I guess you can't see it, but the base is right here beside me. I wanted something with a base so that I could, because when I do that with the practice hand holder, I attach it to my plexi that I have, my plexiglass divider. Well, I wanted the plexi out of the way today. Oh, jeepers. Trying to look through my camera to check and make sure I'm in frame. Missed my nail. Love that for me. So this is my nail, these two, that have crazy curve to them. Crazy curve to them. So what I'm going to do is leave a little bit more of my bulk at the end so that when I put my Gel X on, it's raised up a little bit. Does that make any sense? So when I put my essentially press-on nail, really, on, then it's going to be raised at the tip instead of coming, sorry. It's going to be raised at the tip because it's going to be sitting like this instead of pulling down because it's set like that because of the curve. So I do try to leave a little bit of whatever product is on there, or if there isn't any product on there, then I try to make some. Try to put a little layer down, usually of the Gel X gel that you use to attach the nails. So this time I'm just gonna do it with leftover acrylic. This nail is also kind of permanently sensitive. It always has been. Not sure if it's the curve or if it's just because, you know, that nail will get a lot of blood flow because obviously index. I don't really know what it is. Now this one, when I clipped it, my hyponychium was up a long ways and I didn't realize, so it was kind of irritated under there, which is fine. It's not gonna hurt anything. So these nails were 4 weeks old. So as I'm removing them, I'm seeing that there's no lifting on them, which is what I expect from my nails. I'm happy to say that my clients rarely have that back lifting. Obviously, there's circumstances that add to it. You know, sometimes the client has had them on a really long time. Maybe they pick. There's always things. I do, however, you can see right there, if I can focus a little better maybe, get that stress fracture. I can lift it up a little bit. Get that stress fracture right there. And I honestly get that every single time I wear nails. And I really, this thumb is so curved. Like this thumb is curved enough that when I lay it down, the tip of the stiletto, especially if it's long, of course, actually will touch the table because it just curves down, and it doesn't matter if I try to correct them or not. If I let my growth go, then I'm going to have that curve. Hello. I didn't realize that my little comments were going to pop up on the bottom. That's awesome. I don't remember that happening before when I've done lives. Cool. So I'm not going to come up in under because, like I said, I cut it way too short. But I'm trying to get the right. I don't want this to catch. especially with that little crack there. Okay, is that enough? That is probably enough. Hello, how are you? I'm so happy there's people here. Oftentimes my lives are at weird times of day and I'm never prepared for them, like as far as announcing them before, because, oh, sorry, because I don't plan. So here we are with a live on a random Tuesday. All right, okay, so this is what we got right now. I've taken them right down. Now, of course, I've taken these two way down. I've taken this one pretty well clear down. Let's give it one more swipe. Yep. And this one I have not because of the curve in it, and this one I have not because of the curve in it. So, let's shut that off. Take the bigger drill bit out. Fix the phone because you guys seem to be, there we go, going places here. Much better. Now, I haven't got this running because sound, but I thought it would be a good home base for me to try to keep straight here. So now I'm using my cuticle bit. This is one of the liquid chrome cuticle bit packs, which, if I'm not mistaken, I believe are out of stock on the website. But I am gonna leave a link for the website with the practice hands and the practice hand holders that I mentioned. And then I think there's a couple of drill bits left. Honestly, can't remember. So I'm just going to quickly do the cuticles, like nothing serious, because I am still going to push them because I haven't pushed them. I recommend doing this properly. Do as I say, not as I do, you know? So I'm gonna push these back. I do love this drill bit though. I feel like I can put more pressure on it, not downward pressure, upward pressure, to be able to push with it without it actually taking. Also, again, harder, much harder on myself than I am with clients with this. I think that's the way with everything. Like using a foot file on yourself versus how you use a foot file on clients. Totally two different things. I'm gonna come under on these just a little. There. Just to push back some of that hyponychium that's there. Not so much on the thumb because that one's a little sore because I did catch it when I cut it. Rookie move. But I did it. So, drill bits out. Done with the e-file. I'm going to take one of my Glitterbels files and get it out of the package. So, in comparison, I want to show you guys the Glitterbels files versus the Ugly Duckling mediums. So these are the Glitterbels 180-180. Obviously the shape is a little bit different. Thickness is a little bit different, not much. The flex of them, the Glitterbels ones are a little bit tougher as far as flex goes. And of course, the shape is just mildly different. These are more of a diamond shape, and these are the like boomerang shape. So this, hold on a sec, used to be this. I started using it to cut my file edges. So now here we are. So I'm gonna cut my edges of the file, just dragging it along so that I don't cut myself, because I will. So I'm working under the camera, trying to look through the camera. I'm gonna raise that up a little bit and try not to go out of focus. I'm scoring the Ugly Duckling file. I'm gonna use both files. I really like the Glitterbels file. Okay, please hold, don't anybody get car sick. I really like the Glitterbels file for sides. But I really like the texture, there we go, of the Ugly Duckling file for buffing the top, especially when taking down product like I'm doing today. So I'm gonna bring my sides in as well, more than I normally would, because I am putting on that Gel X. And I'm gonna take the nail right down as far as I can, again, because I'm putting on the Gel X. So comment for you guys that are watching. I have a couple of questions. How often do you remove your own? And no, I'm actually not someone that thinks you need to remove them at any given time. Sometimes nail techs feel as if themselves or their client should have the set removed in a new set every so often. That's not how I work. That's not how I was taught. I actually didn't even know about that until I'd been in the industry for a while, so that's just not something I do. However, I do know that it is something that some people do. So how often are you removing, if you're removing? And have you done Gel X? Have you taken the leap to do a Gel X or a Gel X type of situation? I love the Gel X nails. I have the e-nail couture 1, 2, 3 go. They're not awful. They're not my favorite. However, there is a big price difference between Gel X and e-nail couture. So, that being said, you are, I think, getting a better quality product. Not that the e-nail couture is a bad product, but I do think you're getting a better quality product. I do a new set because I glue my nails on. Yeah. And I tend to, like I say, I really like wearing Gel X on myself. Ah, cool. That's neat. Well, welcome. I hope you're enjoying it. Like I said, I really come on here and I do this silly thing where I just like up and decide I'm gonna do a live, and then I feel like I have nothing to talk about because I haven't planned. But that's pretty well typical me. Hello, how are you? I'm so glad you guys could make it. I know it's a weird time. Well, it's a weird time of day for me. It doesn't mean it's a weird time of day for you, depending on where you are. But it's, oh, I guess it's right at 12 noon for me. That's why my stomach's growling. Makes sense. I brought my lunch today, and then I told myself, convinced myself, I should say, that I was going to go get sushi. And then I went back on that and decided that no, I had to eat the lunch that I brought. So we'll see what happens. Okay. So I want to try to show you, see if I can see. So if I was going to remove a set on a client, this is where I would bring them. I do not soak them. I remove this way. I don't do very many removals, so I guess I should add that in there too, but I've brought them down thin, thin, thin. Now, I am actually going to, so you can see here. Can you see? Sort of. I am going to even this one out because it's a little bit on more on one side than the other. But I am going to leave some of that bulk, and I'll explain why again here, just because I think I can explain better now. This one as well, I'm going to leave a little bit of that bulk on the end, and it is because these two nails are so curved. So when I put a regular Gel X on, when I put it on and make full contact, if I get the right angle, it does this because the nail is so curved. Now, mind you, I have some product on there right now, so it might not seem that way, but the natural nail is very curved. So it does this. It's already like angled down when I put it on, and it gets uncomfortable, and I feel like I hit it on things. So the reason for me leaving a little bit of acrylic is when I put on the Gel X, I'm gonna get this angle, which is the angle that I want, and it is straight. Same with this nail. You can see how curved that nail is, and that's my natural nail. They've always been that way. So when I put a Gel X on and, you know, push it so that I'm getting full contact, then I end up getting this, and I have that big curve. So I build it up, wrong angle, build it up a little bit, or try to build it up a little bit so that I'm getting a straighter angle when that goes on, because I love the sculpted look from Gel X, but they are more curved. So the extra curve versus with added on to the curve that I have is just, it's a lot of curving, especially if they're long, which I tend to always tell myself, I use gel and never completely remove. Yeah, oh gosh, I don't own tips for clients. Like I don't buy them. Every time I want nail glue, like I put on my Gel X and I put them on the way you're supposed to with the gel, like with the gel, what is it called? Anyway, the gel that you put them on with. But then I carry glue with me in case one comes off. I can just put it back on. Every single time, pretty well, I have to put a brand new glue or buy a glue because I don't use it ever. And that's just my preference. Like I just never ever used it. I wasn't taught with tips, so therefore not something I'm interested in using. So I'm shortening this. And when I teach a workshop, like when I teach an acrylic nail workshop, I don't teach with tips either. I know that not everybody thinks the way I think. However, I feel as if you should be taught doing it the quote hard way, which to me would be a form or a sculpted nail. I just feel that if you're taught with forms and you want to use tips later in your career, then absolutely, like no shame, absolutely go ahead and do it. But I do feel like you learn so much more control over the product, both gel and acrylic, if you are taught with forms. So that is just my little old opinion. Let's see if I can see that in the camera. So tips were never ever something. I have the Glitterbels tips here that I love to use on like the practice hand and to make extreme length nails with, but it's interesting. I have my iPad set up here where I can see it, and a little notification just came on. I follow the Young Nails YouTube channel, of course. They have some really interesting stuff. Yeah, the Glitterbels glue is amazing for gems. It really is. And it's a cool packaging too. I really like it. But the Young Nails just came out with a video that said, how much would you charge for this set? I think those are so interesting, and I think it depends on like the demographic, but do you guys, like, do you charge extra for art? Some people don't, some people do. I shouldn't say that. Most do now, but didn't always. I just think that's interesting, that whole how much would you charge for this set sort of thing. Man, this is like the hardest job we do. Filing on ourselves. Holy smokes. It's a lot of work. So I showed you guys earlier, let's see if I can show you again, the crack that was here. Oh, right there. I'm not gonna fix that. I'm not gonna take it off. I'm not gonna fix it. I'm gonna file it flush. See, there's a little piece of it that's lifting a little tiny bit. You don't charge for art. Interesting. And I say interesting not out of judgment, because it wasn't that long ago that I started charging for art, which is insane. I know everybody gave me a hard time about it, or other nail techs I should say. Clients of course don't mind, but I was in the mindset that if I charged for art, people wouldn't get it, and then I wouldn't be able to do it. And I loved doing art so much. But when we came back after the shutdown, I started charging for it, and you know what? People still get it. So, and I'm not charging a lot for it. I'm not doing like, you know, the $1 a minute sort of thing or anything like that. Like it's not, it never goes over like a $10. But it's still a charge. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Okay. All right, I think those are successfully off. God, I love that first like fist after removing your nails. All right, guys, I'm gonna pop off from here. It's been 27 minutes. And sometimes this takes a long time to process. So I am going to jump off of here, let it process, and maybe I'll do the Gel X live on, I live in Scotland, my cousin clues. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what I do. I will give like an accent nail, but more than that, no. And I will do one fix included, usually. Like it depends though. If you've got somebody that you know is just picking them off, then I'll charge them, because I'm not doing that for free. I'm not using my product for free when you've picked them off. However, it's circumstantial, right? Like it really just depends, and I try to look at every situation differently. So yeah, I'm gonna jump off of here. I'm gonna go over to Instagram perhaps in another half an hour or so, and I might do a live over there of putting on the Gel X. Not really sure. I'll let this process and see what happens. So I'm gonna take you guys down from here. Try to, without making a huge mess. Okay. Oh, I'm looking at your comments. How do I make that? Okay, I'm all done. I shall see you later. Thanks for watching.